What if someone told you that owning a university could cost less than building a luxury hotel, but running it successfully could be far more challenging? Many people think universities are simply collections of classrooms where professors teach students. The reality is completely different. Behind every lecture hall is a business that requires millions of dollars in planning, construction, staffing, technology, licensing, and daily operations. Some universities began with only a few classrooms and a handful of students before growing into institutions that educate tens of thousands. Others spent hundreds of millions of dollars building impressive campuses, only to struggle financially a few years later. So what does it actually cost to build and operate a university? Welcome to Raymap's Profit Lab, where we uncover the economics behind some of the world's biggest industries and institutions. If you enjoy learning how businesses really work, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves business and economics. Now let's begin. Starting a university is not simply about constructing buildings. Before the first brick is laid, there are years of planning. The first major decision is choosing what type of university to build. Some entrepreneurs dream of creating a massive university with thousands of students, multiple faculties, research laboratories, sports facilities, libraries, and student housing. That type of project can easily require investments ranging from $100 million to well over $1 billion, depending on the size of the campus and the facilities included. But not everyone starts there. Many successful private universities began much smaller. Instead of serving 10,000 students, they opened their doors to only 200 or 500 students. Rather than offering 50-degree programs, they focused on only a few areas such as business administration, information technology, education, nursing, or accounting. This dramatically reduces the initial investment while allowing the institution to grow over time. The first major expense is land. A small university may require between 10 and 30 acres of land if expansion is planned carefully. A larger campus often occupies 100 acres or more, while some famous universities own thousands of acres for research farms, sports complexes, and future development. Land prices vary enormously depending on location. Land near a major city may cost several $million, while land farther from urban centers can be purchased for a fraction of that amount. After acquiring land comes the most expensive stage, construction. Many people imagine that one university building costs only a few $100,000. In reality, educational buildings are among the most expensive commercial structures to construct because they require specialized electrical systems, accessibility features, laboratories, emergency exits, advanced internet infrastructure, heating and cooling systems, fire protection equipment, elevators in taller buildings, and long-lasting materials. A typical academic building with classrooms, offices, restrooms, meeting rooms, and student facilities may cost anywhere from $10 million to $30 million, depending on its size and quality. A larger faculty building containing science laboratories and research facilities can easily exceed $40 million because laboratories require specialized ventilation systems, safety equipment, gas lines, water purification systems, and expensive scientific infrastructure. If someone wants to build 10 academic buildings of this quality, construction alone could require $100 million to over $300 million. A smaller university, however, does not need 10 buildings on day one. Many institutions begin with only 1 or 2 academic blocks. Imagine a 3-story classroom building. It could contain around 20 to 30 classrooms, several faculty offices, computer laboratories, meeting rooms, administrative offices, restrooms, and student study spaces. With proper scheduling, those classrooms can accommodate several hundred students each day because different classes use the same rooms at different times. This means a relatively small campus can educate far more students than many people expect. Besides classroom buildings, every university also needs an administrative center. This is where admissions staff, finance officers, registrars, student affairs personnel, human resources, and university leadership work. A modest administration building may cost between $5 and $15 million. while larger headquarters for major universities can cost much more. Another essential investment is the university library. Modern libraries are no longer just shelves filled with books. Today's students expect digital databases, computer workstations, quiet study areas, collaborative learning spaces, high-speed internet, multimedia rooms, and electronic access to thousands of academic journals. Building and equipping a university library can require several $million, even before purchasing the books and digital subscriptions. Then come computer laboratories. Whether students study engineering, accounting, medicine, business, or computer science, technology has become essential. Equipping a single computer laboratory with dozens of modern computers, networking equipment, servers, projectors, backup power systems, and licensed software can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Universities usually need multiple computer labs. Science programs increase costs even further. Chemistry laboratories require specialized benches, safety cabinets, chemical storage rooms, emergency showers, eye wash stations, ventilation systems, laboratory glassware, testing instruments, and safety equipment. Biology laboratories require microscopes, refrigeration systems, laboratory equipment, and specialized teaching materials. Engineering laboratories often require machinery, costing millions of dollars by themselves. Medical schools are even more expensive because they require simulation laboratories, anatomy facilities, diagnostic equipment, clinical training spaces, and partnerships with hospitals. That is why many new universities postpone opening medical or engineering schools until they have built a stronger financial foundation. One of the smartest financial strategies is starting with programs that require relatively lower capital investment. Business, education, accounting, economics, information technology, psychology, and some social science programs can often begin with classrooms, computer labs, libraries, and qualified lecturers rather than extremely expensive scientific laboratories. As the university earns tuition revenue and builds its reputation, it can gradually add engineering, health sciences, and other capital-intensive faculties. Growth, rather than trying to build everything at once, is often what separates long-term success from financial failure. One of the biggest misconceptions about universities is that once the buildings are finished, the hard part is over. In reality, construction is only the beginning. Every month, a university must continue paying salaries, maintaining its facilities, upgrading technology, and providing services to students. These recurring expenses often determine whether the institution succeeds or struggles. The largest operating expense for most universities is payroll. A university cannot operate without qualified lecturers. The exact number depends on the size of the institution and the programs it offers, but a small university serving around 500 students might employ between 25 and 50 full-time lecturers, supported by part-time faculty and teaching assistants. As enrollment grows to 2,000 or 3,000 students, that number can increase to 100 lecturers or more. Lecturer salaries vary according to qualifications, experience, and academic rank. An entry-level lecturer may earn approximately $60,000 to $90,000 per year. Senior lecturers and associate professors often earn between $90,000 and $140,000 annually. Highly experienced professors in specialized fields such as engineering, medicine, law, or business can earn $150,000 to more than $250,000 per year, especially at well-established institutions. And lecturers are only one part of the workforce. A university also requires admissions officers, accountants, librarians, laboratory technicians, IT specialists, maintenance workers, cleaners, electricians, plumbers, security officers, groundskeepers, cafeteria staff, counselors, marketing teams, legal advisors, procurement officers, and senior administrators. Even a relatively small university can employ well over 100 people when all departments are included. Utilities are another major expense. Universities consume enormous amounts of electricity to power lighting, computers, servers, laboratory equipment, elevators, heating and cooling systems, and campus-wide internet infrastructure. Water usage is also significant. especially for residence halls, cafeterias, laboratories, sports facilities, and landscaping. Internet connectivity is another critical investment. Modern universities require reliable, high-speed networks capable of supporting thousands of devices simultaneously. Students expect online learning platforms, digital libraries, cloud storage, and virtual classrooms to be available every day. Technology never stands still. Computer laboratories must be upgraded every few years. Servers eventually become outdated. Software licenses require annual renewal. Cybersecurity systems must be strengthened continually to protect student records and financial information. These costs continue year after year. Then comes accreditation and regulatory compliance. A university cannot simply print degrees without approval from the relevant education authorities. Before students are admitted, the institution must meet strict standards for governance, curriculum, staffing, facilities, finances, and quality assurance. The accreditation process itself can take several years and requires significant investment in documentation, inspections, audits, and continuous improvement. Many new universities also purchase academic databases that give students access to thousands of journals and research papers. Annual subscriptions alone can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Student accommodation represents another major investment. Many universities construct residence halls so students can live on campus. A modern dormitory housing several hundred students may cost tens of millions of dollars to build, depending on its size and amenities. However, student housing can also become a valuable source of income because students pay accommodation fees in addition to tuition. The same is true for cafeterias, bookstores, parking facilities, conference centers, and sport complexes. While these services require investment, they can generate additional revenue that helps support the university's operations. So, where does all the money come from? For most universities, the largest source of revenue is tuition. Imagine a university enrolling 1,000 students, with each student paying an average of $15,000 per year in tuition and mandatory fees. That would generate approximately $15 million in annual tuition revenue. If enrollment grows to 5,000 students, annual tuition income could reach around $75 million, assuming similar fees. Large universities with tens of thousands of students can generate hundreds of millions of dollars annually from tuition alone. But tuition is rarely the only source of income. Research grants can contribute millions of dollars, especially for universities conducting scientific, medical, engineering, and technological research. Many universities also receive donations from alumni, philanthropists, corporations, and charitable foundations. Some institutions generate income through executive education, professional certification programs, online courses, consulting services, intellectual property, patents, licensing agreements, conferences, and commercial partnerships. Others own investment funds known as endowments. These endowments are invested in stocks, bonds, real estate, and other assets. At some of the world's wealthiest universities, investment income alone provides billions of dollars over time, helping fund scholarships, research, and future expansion. Even so, profitability should never be assumed. A university carrying large construction loans while attracting too few students may struggle to cover salaries and operating costs. Low enrollment has caused many institutions around the world to reduce programs, merge with other universities, or close entirely. On the other hand, universities that manage their finances carefully, maintain high educational standards, and continue attracting students can become financially sustainable for decades. One lesson stands out above all others. Successful universities rarely begin as massive campuses with dozens of buildings. Many grow gradually, adding new classrooms, new faculties, new laboratories, and new residence halls only after demand justifies the investment. That approach reduces financial risk while allowing quality to improve over time. Owning a university is therefore much more than constructing lecture halls. It is about creating an institution that develops skilled graduates, advances research, supports innovation, and earns the trust of students and employers year after year. For entrepreneurs and investors, it is one of the most capital-intensive education businesses in the world. But when managed wisely, it can also become one of the most enduring institutions a person can build, one that continues educating future generations long after its founders are gone. If you enjoyed learning about the economics behind owning a university, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Raymap's Profit Lab, and share it with someone who enjoys discovering how the world's biggest institutions really work. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.